Gotta love SDK there, putting that Suzuki on the front row, Greg, next to Cameron Beaubier. Heron, Gagne, and Richie Escalante, another fantastic effort from that Suzuki of him as well. Benjamin Smith, Danilo Lewis, and Max Flinders are on row number 4. Go on back, Greg, here to row number 5. We're going to see JD Beach, Dion Campbell, Jason Waters, Nolan Lampkin, Blackman, and Giannato just outside of row 6. We have Bobby Davis on the back. I think the big thing, Greg,
you're going to see those lights turn red, and you're going to hear the revs pin. Off the limiters, and the clutches are out, and we're away racing. Look at Heron, just like you talked about. Yeah, look at Heron, though, up to third.
To what he does, he just gets amazing. Look, he's going to try to ride around the outside of a couple guys, but he's going to be Cam Beaubier, it looks like, trying to get this start, Greg. I can't tell from this angle, obviously, but it looks like it's going to be Cam Beaubier and Bobby Fong battling each other, and it's going to be Bobby Fong who sorts it out into turn number 4. They will go. Heron is in third as he jumps ahead of Cam Beaubier. This is what he does, Greg. New tires, and he gets very aggressive early, and he puts everybody on their back foot. He's going to go charging after Bobby Fong right now as well. Will the number 1, if he does have pace some 14, 15 laps into this. So you could see Beaubier now all over the back of Heron as they head down towards turn 7. Let's see if the 6 tries something. Not quite close enough, but Beaubier looks like he's got some pace. Yeah, well, if you look right now, Greg, the place where Bobby's doing his damage is that third split from the top of the hill. Beaubier now stands up here and gets through on the number 1 down into turn number 2. So Beaubier does the pass that he needed to do. And, you know, Greg, for me, when I look at Bobby breaking into that turn 12 area, at the top of the hill there, turn 10, I guess it would be. Turn 10, he looks really strong breaking through there, where Heron looked like he was just having trouble getting that Ducati to slow down. And you can see Beaubier has already started to open up a small gap on the number 1. As we get in our ears, in our headset right now, it's going to be Ben Smith and Hayden Gillum have gone down. Not sure if let's see, there's Hayden's bike, there's Benjamin's bike. So this probably happened down into turn 2, braking and trying to outbrake each other. So both riders are up and okay, which is the main thing.
See if we get a replay of this from our crackpot crew. See what happened here.
Yeah, Hayden's down the inside, and he just ends up clipping ever so slightly. And you can see just really a racing incident. It's one of those things where it was obviously very fast this morning too. That's what pushed Heron back to the 2nd row.
By the way, if you're wondering about Josh Heron and his physical condition, because remember a few weeks ago when we were at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, he had a tremendous off. He wasn't 100% when he raced. I asked him about his physical fitness, and he said, you know, it didn't take long for him to feel much better, but enough to make a difference. As you can see, Beaubier closed right up on the brakes, using a little bit of that draft maneuver to close up on the Yamaha, but Bobby Fong still in command. So 24-7 to 24-6 again.
Now the strengths of the Yamaha will come into play once they get to the top of the hill here. Bobby's 2nd gear is probably going to be a little bit shorter as he's gone from 4th back to 2nd, and he pulls away out of this turn. The bike stays a little tighter. He's been pulling away here. This lap not so much, but this is where his bike has its strengths. Awesome this weekend as we see Max Flinders has pulled off the track. Looks like the bike has shut itself off. I'm sure Max got himself in hopefully a safe spot there. We know what Heron likes to do, and that's fight back right away. Make Heron go down the outside of you. If he's going to go by you, make him go down the outside.
Front wheel in the air too. Kind of blew the drive for John Dylan Kelly, and a good line by Josh Heron and a good drive onto the front straightaway. Able to utilize all the tools at his disposal to get by SDK. But, wow. I don't know if there was contact. Heron looked behind him to see what was going on. I don't know if that was wheel spin or maybe
that was
a front wheel.
You're going to see it right here, Greg. You're going to see that front tire probably just get into the rear tire of Heron. No, I told you, it's going to be up against his leathers or his boot. That's exactly what he felt there. He felt just a little bit of a nudge. So,
but the Suzuki still old school. Oh, and a good run. Trying to go around the outside for 3rd place is SDK. He has a look to see where Jake Gagne is, and at the moment with a couple bike legs between them.
These two are going to continue to fight it out. Let's get down to Jamie.
Just doing a deep dive into the consistency in terms of lap time that you've been talking about with Bobby Fong and Cameron Beaubier.
I'll tell you what, TAC Performance Progressive Yamaha nailed it this race.
Nailed this race for sure, and this is going to send a big warning shot to everybody, Greg, for race number 2 tomorrow. And, you know, for Bobby Fong, he's going to bring her home.
Onto the front straightaway, Fong giving the nod of approval as he takes the win. race number 1 here at Superbike at Virginia International Raceway. Welcome back, Superbike class, and this battle for third, side by side between the number 1 and the 40. So desperate is the number 40 trying to get a podium, but Herron's got it. He's out front onto the straightaway he goes. He's going to pull the trigger on the Ducati. And now behind the bubble goes the 40. Is there anything under the hood for the number 40? To the line they go. And that side-by-side battle gets Herron on the box. Sean Dillon Kelly 1/10 of a second behind. And now the Honda battles. Gagne's in 5th. And it's going to be J.D. Beach ahead of Ashton Yates and Bryce Cornbow.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a dogfight with him. And he showed again why. And still holds on to that championship lead. Only gives up those 4 points to Beaubier. But what about this one for Cameron Beaubier whenever push came to shove at the end of that race?
When it's going to be your last win. So it's Bobby needs to sit there. And I think with the points coming back a little bit as well, I'm sure he's thinking about that tomorrow he can maybe close that back as well. And for Bobby, what a roll he's on. Yeah,
3 in a row. And as Jamie said, the first time he's done that during his Superbike career. And we heard from JP as well during the broadcast about the success he's had across a lot of different classes. And it's great to see that a rider like Bobby's been able to now get that success on the Superbike.
And it's great to see Bobby back and what he's been able to do out of the sport for a couple years. And, you know, got a real job and thought his career was over and got an opportunity. And he fought his way back to one of the best teams in the paddock in the biggest class, and he's repaying that team with some victories.
Yeah, and you can see on the podium now as well, just able to enjoy the moment. And for Bobby, obviously the gap now down under 30 points between himself and the championship leader